हाय दोस्तों, इस वीडियो में हम सीखेंगे कि पाइथन शेल स्क्रिप्टिंग एज एन बिगनर हम स्टार्ट कैसे कर रहे हैं। तो यू कैन सी ऑन द डेस्कटॉप दैट आई हैव started Ubuntu on the VMware. Okay, so this is our machine, right? So here we have opened our Ubuntu. Okay, so this is our Ubuntu, and by using the PowerShell I have opened two tabs. Okay, one for which we will run the script, Python script, and the second one where we will edit the Python script. Okay, so now first of all we will log into our virtual machine. Okay, one by one. Virtual machine. Okay, copy this and just paste it here as well. Okay, and then login. Give the password and then login. Okay, so we have login on both the tabs. Okay, so these are two tabs. Okay, so first of all go inside the downloads. We will create our Python script. Okay, same here, downloads. Okay, so on this tab, using this tab we will run the Python script. Okay, so for the ease of action we have created two tabs. Okay, so here comes here, then just remove this file. Okay, so first of all how we will start. So first we need to ensure that our Linux machine has already installed a Python. Okay, so how we can use check that. So using this command python 3 double hyphen then version. Okay, so using this let me using this you can check that whether our machine is having installed Python or not. Okay, so we got it. Okay, so Python is installed on this machine. So first of all if you want to go inside the Python terminal, okay, so you can simply execute this command python 3 and then hit enter. Yeah, you can see. Okay, so using this you can execute the Python on the Linux machine as well. Okay, and for exiting this window we can use exit function. Okay, so this is how you can go inside the Python terminal. Okay, and this is the Python version. Now guys, if you want to create a shell script, if you want to create a Python script, okay, on the Linux machine or you can say on the Windows machine, it works for both the machines. So first thing we need to get the absolute path on which the Python has been installed. Okay, so for getting the path where the Python has installed, we can simply get the help of various command. Okay, then you mention the Python version, so you can see that we are getting these absolute paths. Okay, so using one of these path you can create a Python shell script. Okay, Python script. Okay, so we are just copying this file path. Okay, and now we will create a Python file. Okay, so here using the touch command we will create a Python file. And what is the extension of the Python file? We need to make sure that the extension of the Python script is ended with the .py. Okay, so yes, we have created it. Now we need to change the permission of the Python file so we can run it. Okay, now I will show you that it has been created. Okay, so you can see that sample.py is a Python script. Okay, Python file. So now we need to edit this Python file. Okay, so using Vim editor we will going to edit this Python file. So simply just type Vim and after that mention the file name. Okay, Python file name, and then hit enter. It will bring us inside the Vim editor. Okay, so inside Vim editor we need to get into editing mode. So for that we will again press I button. Okay, so you can see we are in insert mode. Okay, so now in the first line, okay, so in the first line we need to start using a Bing bash. Okay, so it will use for making this script this file as a Python file. Okay, so simply we just pasted the Python installed file path. Okay, so this is all about. So make sure this should be the first line. Okay, in every Python script. Without it we cannot run the Python. Okay, Python shell script. Okay, so make sure about it. So now how to start with it. Okay, so first for example we will take an example of just printing, okay, just printing message on Linux terminal, okay. So we will simply print a message on the Linux terminal, okay. So for that we will use print m python script output, okay. So this will be shown on the terminal when we execute this Python file, okay. So for saving it, just press escape colon and then W key, okay. So this is done. Now coming to here. So for executing the Python file, okay, we will simply use Python 3, then give the Python file name, okay, and then hit enter. So yeah, this is our first Python script output, okay. So this is what we are getting, okay. I am Python script output, okay. So this is how we are doing it, okay. Now again we will go inside this python.py. Now the next example we will take, okay. So the next example will be how to import, for example, importing modules, okay. Importing modules, okay. So first we will import the OS and then sys module and then time module, okay. So let's, for example, we will take a simple here that ask, okay, or prompt, say simply ask the user to enter file name, okay, file path, okay. So here file path is equal to, okay, input, and then inside it enter the file path, okay, and then we'll get the timestamp of the file, okay. We will get the timestamp of the file using the this command, okay, os dot path dot get m time, modified time, right. And then, okay, let me one more thing, using the time dot, or say, okay, local time. For example, we will take an variable, this is variable, and we are assigning the to this command, okay. Using the time module we will get the creation time of this file. So again here get m time, and then here just mention this file path, okay, file path, and then close, okay, close, and just print the local time, okay. So for printing it, we just mention your local time, okay, and just save it. Come here. Again we will take this, okay, and the file path would be home Kayyum. We need to give the absolute path, okay, Kayyum, and then here downloads, and then sample.py, okay. So same file we are taking. So here you can see we are getting the output as this. So this is the timestamp, okay. Let me show you sample, okay. So this is the timestamp, okay. Using this we are getting this, right. So it is showing us the timestamp in this format, right. So this is how this example runs on the Linux machine, okay. Again go inside, yes, 6 to end of the line deleted, okay. Now the next example would be, so now guys, the next example will be, okay, getting input from terminal, okay. So for this we will use standard input file, okay. So it is a part of sys module, okay. So this is a sys module and it is a part of this. So using this we can for example command line user input, okay, for example user input, or say terminal input, okay. So using this just mention sys dot It will take the standard input and will read the line from the terminal. Okay, it will ask for your terminal input. Okay, and will record it. Okay, so basically what this will be ask us, this will first get, the input from your from the terminal. Okay, and it will save this input in this variable. Okay, and then we will print the terminal out. Okay, so let's go terminal input on print. Okay, print the terminal input. So just mention here terminal input. Okay, and just save it. Again go here and then sample. So yeah guys, it stops here. Okay, cursor is blinking here because here we need to give the India is my country. Okay, so this is what we are printing on the terminal, and it will be save, it will get saved in this terminal input variable. Okay, it will get saved in this terminal input. Okay, and then hit enter, and this is what we are getting from the shell script. Okay, so first it will store the terminal input into this variable, and then we will print this variable. So after printing we are getting this result, right? So this is how the standard input, this standard input read line will work. It will allow you to give the input on the terminal, and it will save in the form of variable. Okay, so this is what standard input is. Okay, now we will go ahead. Now we will see for the set a new 6 to end of the line. Okay, now we will see example for standard output. Okay, so what is standard output? So standard output is simply an output when there is nothing, for example from any command or anything. Okay, so this is what standard input is. So just take standard out. Okay, and make this, and then here we will use this function as this is standard. Okay, standard output. Okay guys, print it on the new line, right? So this will write on the terminal a message like this. Okay, when there is no output from the command, you just execute it. So this is a standard output, and for printing this standard output, again we will use print stand out, right? And just save it. Again use Python 3 and then sample. So what we are getting, this is standard output, and what is the standard output? 27. Okay, cat sample. So this is what we are getting from this, right? Standard output, right guys? So it will simply printing this is standard output and then showing us this, right? So this way we can use the standard output. Okay, if you don't mention this, it will again print the same, right? Let me show you that without using this we can also print this. Python 3 then sample. Okay, so you can see here without using the print function as well, right? Let me show you cat sample. Okay, we are not using right here any print function. Okay, so it is directly printing on the terminal, right? So this is the standard output, it is directly printing on the terminal. So this is how we are we can use standard output. Okay, so now next, which is standard error, right? Okay, standard error. So here just change this error. Okay, so here just simply need to mention the module, then the function which is standard error. Okay, and when this happens, tell on the just print on the terminal this is standard error. Okay, so just save it. So this will print on the terminal standard error, right? So when something happens, some error happens on the screen, it will print on the screen that this is a standard error sample. So yeah, you can see. Okay, so this is also functioning when we are not using any print function there, right? So simply standard error. When some error is happening in the script, it will tell us that this is a standard error. Okay guys, so this way we can get the output, right? Now we will use sys.exit. Okay, so first of all, ask the user to enter the country. Okay, and create a country variable, make it inside the standard in. Okay, and then read line. So it will read the country from the terminal and use if country is equal to India, right? Then do this. If country is equal to India, then exit. Okay, else print not found. Okay, so this will be work. It will first ask us that enter the country. When we enter the country, okay, so it will ask for the country and give us a terminal where we can type something. Okay, so on that terminal we will type the country name. If that name is equal to India, it will simply stop execution. Okay, stop execution, and it will exit from the script. And if the name is not India, then it will print not found. Okay, so this is what this script is about. Now just save it and then print here. Okay, so you just exit. So this way it will work. Now guys, if you want to get the set new, first of all let me 6 to end of the line delete. Okay, so if you want to know the system platform, which platform we are using, whether it is Windows or Linux, right? So we can do it using this. Okay, print the platform. Okay, so just mention or sys.platform. Sys.platform, and just to print the version, okay, of the system. Then print here below is system version. Okay, so using these two functions, okay, we can get the system platform and system version. Okay, so just save it and here execute it, right? Sample. So this is what we are getting, right? So you can see that below is the system platform, which is Linux, and below is the system version. Okay, so let me again tell you, right? Inside Python shell, Okay, this is a Python shell. Okay, here also we can get the same print sys.platform. So in case of Windows, it is telling us that this is a Windows 32. Okay, and when we print for the version, what it will show us. So this is what we are getting. Okay, 3.1155. Okay, so this way we can get the output from the script. Okay, now the next function is, now the next is very interesting, right? Now the next is to execute any command. Okay, execute Linux or Windows command, right, using Python. Okay, so for that, so this is how we will get this. Okay, so this will first show message on the terminal that enter Linux command. Okay, so next line it will copy whatever we have typed, whatever command we have typed on the terminal. Okay, and then next what we will do, we will print the OS system and then here command, right? So this function from OS module system os.system, this will execute this command. Okay, whatever we have typed in previous terminal prompt, right? So it will execute the command using this, right, and show the result to us. Again do the same. Here we will just type lslrt. Okay, and we are getting this. Okay, so let me show you the file content also. So you can see here again Python sample. Okay, so first you can see here, right? So here it asks us this line. Okay, that enter Linux command. Okay, so this is shown here, enter Linux command. Now the next line is currently executing. Okay, read line. So we will use this, and whatever we have typed here. Okay, for example df-h, so this will be stored inside this standard input read line. Okay, this command variable, this will stored in the, this command will be stored in the command variable, and inside this print function we are using another function which is useful to execute the Linux and Windows command. Okay, so this will execute this command using this system function. Okay, that is available in the OS module. So just hit enter and you will get this result. Okay, so this is how we can execute the Linux command using the Python. Okay, host name. Okay, right, so this is the host name, ctr, right? So this will give us the complete host name. So in this way guys, we can use Python to execute the Linux commands also. Okay, so this is what here we got. Okay, now the next is like create directory. Okay, using Python. Okay, creating a directory. So first of all, let's say enter file path. Okay, so it will ask us to enter the file path, and using this sys.standardin, right, read line. Okay, this will save the file path, and on the next line what we will do, os.makedir. Okay, so using this function we will create another create dir using below command. So os.mkdir mkdir, okay, and here just mention the file path. Okay, so this way we can create a directory. Okay, so just execute the command, enter your home Kayyum downloads and your Wednesday. Okay, we want to create a dir as Wednesday. Okay, we are creating a directory with a name Wednesday, right? Now let's see whether it is created or not. So yeah, you can see guys, this is the directory created. Okay, again we will make some changes inside it, right? In sample. So instead of this we are using only this. Okay, okay guys, so yeah, we will store the input from the user in the file path variable and then create a directory using that. Okay, so just save it. Just make sure that you put the absolute path. Okay, so we are creating a directory with the name as Wednesday. Okay, just hit enter. You are seeing that we have created the directory, okay, which is Wednesday. Okay, so this way we can create a directory using the Python, okay, on the Linux as well as on the Windows machine. Okay, now if you want to delete the directory, okay, so we can do the same using this function which is remove directory. Okay, just save it and go inside here. So currently we are having Wednesday. Okay, just again execute this home, then give the complete path. Now you can simply see that Wednesday is not there. Okay, previously it was there, but using the Python script we have deleted it. Okay, so guys, in this way we can also create and delete the directory. Okay, so this way we can create it, right? Now coming to the file. Okay, so now we will do some stuff with the file. Okay, Now coming to the file path, so using with open the file and do the stuff. Okay, so using with open, here mention the file path. Okay, and we will use W as a flag. Okay, so this W means it will write inside the file. Okay, if the file is not present, it will create the file and then open the file in the write mode. Okay, and then file dot write. Okay, so for example hello. Okay, then write again, this is second line, again do the same, this is third line, right? So when we use open with the with clause, okay, with statement, so it will automatically close the file buffer. Okay, we don't need to separately mention file dot close function. Okay, so it will do it automatically. Now coming to here, execute it. Okay, enter the file path, we will enter the absolute path, downloads, and then say file.txt. okay, now guys you can see it has created the file.txt here. Okay, so just see here, is there anything or not? So you can see here the lines are printed here, right? In 1 minute. Okay, we will again just just mention here new line. Okay, and it will do it. Python sample home Kayyum downloads and then file.txt. Now again see the, okay, now it is on the new lines. Okay, so this is what we have written inside the file.txt using the Python. Okay, and then for example, now this is how we had read the file.txt using the Linux. Okay, now we will do one more thing here, we will write inside the file. Okay, and do one more thing as well with, now we will read from this newly created file. Okay, okay, so with this time we will open this file in the read mode. Okay, as file. Okay, then file one for line in file, right? Print line.strip. Okay, so first of all we will take the input of complete file path from the user, then we'll open the file in the write mode. Okay, and then we'll write these 3 lines inside the file, and then after writing this file it will automatically close the file buffer. Okay, and then using this with open file path, and this R flag is for read. Okay, so we will again open the file for reading. Okay, and this will print each line from the file. Okay, so this is what this code is all about. Now just execute this, give the absolute path. Now guys you can clearly see that we are getting the output. Okay, so this way it will work. Okay, so it first of all return these all things inside the file and then automatically close the file, then using this we have read the file and print the output of the file which was read. Okay, so this is all about file read and write operation. Okay, let's create one more read file. Okay, dot python change mod 777, right? Then come inside read file, bing bash user has been python 3, right? Then import the module, import os sys. Okay, time read files. Okay, so first of all get the file path, okay, which you want to read, okay. Input, enter file to read, okay, and simply open the file. So using this with open file path, then read mode as file, okay, done. Then using for loop, we will loop the content from the file, okay, and then print each of the line. Okay, so this is a simple program, okay, using which we can read any file, okay, that is available on the machine. So just run it and see. Home, Kayyum, downloads. Then, for example, sample.py. Okay, we will read sample.py. Okay, 1 minute. Python. Okay, read line. Your mention. We'll create a new file which is sdy.txt, okay, and then echo some content. Opening on Wednesday, wd and sday. Wd, okay. Python. Kayyum, then downloads, then okay. So you can see we are clearly reading the file, okay, which is wednesday.txt, okay. So again we will do one more thing. For example, d of iPhone h inside wd. Okay, this is what the content is there on the wednesday.txt file, okay. So again we will Kayyum, then downloads, then which is there wdnsdy.txt. So you can see we are now able to read the file, okay, using the Python script only, okay. So you are clearly seeing. So this way guys we can read the file using only the Python, okay. Coming back to Python file, okay. Now guys, one more thing we will do. So if you want to increase and decrease the size of the file, right, so you can do it using the Python also. So how we can do it? So just give the file path, input, okay, so these are two variables, okay. First one will ask you the file path, okay, to truncate, and the next one is you need to mention the new size in bytes, okay. And now finally what we will do, we will truncate the file, okay, to new size. So for that you can use os.truncate, okay, file path and then your size in bytes, right. Now let's for example take the example of file.txt, okay. So it is currently having of let me see, okay, so it is currently of 4 KB, right. Now let's use our file home Kayyum. Give the absolute path of the file which you want to say truncate, right? So mention here, it will become KB and it will become MB. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. So let's try using this. Okay. Python sample.py. Let's copy it. Now, okay. It is done, right? Again, it is of same. Now again, we will execute the same. Give the file path, and at this time, it will be of something like this. Literally enter with the base 10, right? So just 1 minute. 1024 1024. What we are getting this, right? So just copy it. Okay, copy it and then execute this. Home Kayyum, then downloads, then file.txt. Okay, and then here mention the size. Now again it is of the same size, right? That's 024. So guys, you can see here we have truncated the file up to 1 GB, right? So you can clearly see it, right? Again, just for example, Python sample. Okay, then mention the file path, absolute file path, txt 2424. Okay. Oh yeah, no. Just copy it and then we will use the same, right? Again, let me execute it again. Copy the file path again. Where it is? This one. Copy this and then copy this size, right? So this will come around 1 MB. And see now. Now guys, you can see that previously we changed it to 1 GB and now it's truncated to 1 MB. Okay, so this way guys, this way we can truncate the file size using the Linux, using the Python script. Okay, so this way how it works. You can also do one more thing, vim sample. So instead of int, can use double. So now the next is deleting a file, right? So for that we can simply delete the file using the below command. Okay, just os remove. Okay, for example, remove file, right? Remove file equal to os dot remove. Okay, path, or you have mentioned the file path, right? So this is done. And now inside the if statement, if remove file, then print file successfully deleted. Okay, else print file not found. Okay, this way it will work. Okay, mention the file you want to delete. Okay, so this is the absolute file path. Since the file has been for example deleted, we are not seeing any file. Again we will do one more thing, one more time. Sample. Okay, 1 minute. So guys, if os.path dot exist, right? So if the file path is exist, then simply remove file, right? And then print file successfully deleted. Okay, this is what we will do. Now let's see. Okay, the file is deleted, but the message is not shown there, right? So this way guys, we can remove the file. Okay, now next we will see about file handling, right? Okay, so what this will do, this will take the file path, okay, from the user, and in this if block we will check whether the file path is exist or not. So if this is exist, it will simply print files. Okay, file is present there, right? Okay, file is present. And if this is not the case, then it will simply print file not found. Okay, so let's see. Python sample. So mention here file path. Okay, so is there okay, there is no file which there is no such a file, right? File.txt. Okay, so we will check for another file. Okay, this time we will check for Wednesday. Okay, so you can see when we check for the Wednesday, it is showing us that file is present. Okay, again one more time we will check for another one. Python sample. Okay, just check for readline.py. Okay, so what is this? Okay, read file for py. Okay, by mistake I would type readline, right? So Python sample.py, read file.py. Okay, so okay, file is present there. Okay, so this way guys we can check whether the file is present or not. Okay, now the next will be where it is vim sample.py. Okay, nu. Okay, from 9 to end. Now we will check whether the given file, whether the given component element is file or directory. Okay, okay. If os.path is file, okay, and here mention file path, then print file path is a file, right? Next we will check os.path.is directory. Okay, so if it's a directory, it will show us that is a directory, right? Or if it is a link, it will also show us is link print. Okay, so what this code will do, this block of code will check whether it is a file. If it is true, then it will print this is a file. If it is a directory, it will check this and will print is a directory. If this is a link, it will check and create a link there, right? Now we will check for the same Python then sample wdnesty. Again do the same wdnesty.txt. Okay, so you can see Wednesday is a file, right? Yeah, one more thing, we need to make a directory, right? Make a directory test. Now we will check for the test. Okay, so it is showing us that test is a directory. Okay, now we'll create a link here, link as so guys, this way we can check whether it is a file, directory or link. Okay, Now we will check whether the two files are same or not. Okay. So for that we will use if os.path.same file. Here we will need to mention path1 then path2, right? If this is true, then print. Else. Okay guys, so what this code will tell us that file path1. Okay, so in the file path1 it will prompt us for entering the file 1, then file path 2 it will prompt us to enter the file 2, then it will check using the if else statement. It will check whether these two file path 1, these two file 1 and file 2 paths are same, files are same. If these are same, then it will show us this message. Okay, these are same, otherwise it will show not the same, right? So just save it. Okay, so we will compare these two files. Okay, python read file.py and then let's say wd nesdy.txt. So it is showing us that these two files are not same. Okay, again I will cat host.txt. So we have created a file which is thursday.txt and it is having the same content as of Wednesday. Okay, and now we will check the same for this too. A thursday.txt and wd nesdy.txt. Okay, so the name is different. Okay, so that's why it is telling us that these two files are not the same, right? So this way guys, it is working. Now the next one is to create soft link and hard link. Okay, okay guys, so basically there need two paths. Okay, for example we need to enter the source path. Okay, then enter the destination path, right? And then below command, use below command to create the soft link. Okay, os dot sim link, right? Mention source destination. Okay, so this way we can create we will going to create a soft link. So currently there is no soft link. Okay, so we will create a soft link for this sample.py file, right? Okay, and so guys, this is we are entered as a source path. Okay, so this will be the source file and we are creating a soft link as a soft link underscore sample. Okay, so just hit enter. Let's see. Okay, so this is our soft link that we have just created. Okay, so this way guys we can create a soft link using the python as well. Okay, let me show you the file content. So this is our file, okay, using which we have created the soft link. So we have given source as well as destination, and here inside this we have mentioned source and destination. So that's how we have created this soft link. Okay, so this is about the soft link. Now Now create the hard link. Okay, now we will create a hard link. Now we will create a hard link. Okay, so creating a hard link. Okay. os.link. Here also the same procedure we will use. So this is what we are creating as a hard link. Okay, guys. So you can see here, this is our hard link. Okay, so this way we can create the hard link as well. Okay. Now we will use Python to check file is readable. Okay, file is readable, writable, and executable. Okay, so for that we will take the file path from the user. Okay, and using the if else statement we will do it, right? So okay, if OS that access, so first of all this os.access function will check whether the file is exist or not. So if this file is exist, then we go further, then we will check for the same file path os underscore r. If the file is readable, okay, then print is readable. Okay, and next is file path os underscore. If the file is writable, then file path is writable. If file path, then os underscore executable. If the file is executable, then show this message that it is executable. Okay, guys, so this is all about show the shell script name. So this code will do what? First it will ask for the file path. Okay, so you can mention the absolute path or the relative path of the file. Then it will check for whether the file, okay, whether the file is exist or not. So this parameter, this argument will check, okay, this will check whether the file is exist or not. So if this is exist, then it will execute the code further. So the next line it will check if the file is readable. So this will this will check if the file is readable, then give this message. If this is writable, then it will show it is writable. If this is executable, it will show the executable. Okay, so that's it. And just so save it, right? So let's execute it. So for example, read file.py. Okay, so we will check for this not defined. Okay, yeah, one more thing is there, right? Pm sample. So instead of underscore we need to okay, okay, this is fine now. So now check for read file as well. So you can see guys, read file is readable, writable and executable. So in this way we can check whether the file is executable, readable or not. So you can see here, right? os dot f underscore ok. It will check whether the file is exist or not. If it exists, then it will check using this it's readable, this for writable and this for executable. Okay, so this way guys we can check using the Python whether the file is having the access or not. So guys here we can get the absolute path. Okay, so this will okay, this will print the file name only. Okay, so now we will get the relative path using this function, right? File path. Now get the absolute path. Okay, os dot path dot apps path. Okay, this is done. Below is absolute path. Okay, below is relative path. Below is file name. Okay, this is done. Then we will check for the same. So guys, you can see here, right? So we are enter the file path, okay, which is read file.py, and we are getting the output from the script as below is the file name. The file name is read file.py. Okay, and this is next. Below is relative path. A relative path is this one, and below is the absolute path. Okay, and it is giving us the absolute path. Okay, you can see here. So in this way we can get the relative path, absolute path, and base name of the file. Okay. Now if you want to search the file, okay, search the file or directory, we can use this one. So for root dirs and then files, okay, in os.walk. For file in files, okay, if file path. If file is equal to file path, then print os dot join your root, then the file, right? Then here mention the file path input. Enter file to search. Okay, let's see. Now we want to search this file. So right guys, you can see on the screen, right? So this is how we can search the file. Okay, inside a Linux as well as on the Windows machine. So first of all, we have taken the input from the user as which file he or she should be finding. Okay. So first of all, we need to mention the give the input for the file name. Okay. So give the file name here. Then using the for loop and OS walk function. So we will start the searching. Okay, we will start the file searching from the root directory. That's why we have mentioned here slash. So it will search for directory as well as files. Okay. So we want only files. So we have used another for loop. So file which are in the files, it will start searching for files. Okay. So if the file, okay, if one of the file is equal to file path which is given by the user, if this is same, then print the absolute path of the file. Okay, so this is what we are getting after it, and let me check it. Okay, yeah, sample.py, and it will give us the absolute path. Okay, so this is what the absolute path is. Okay, now we will search for the October. Okay, Python sample. Now guys, you can see here it's actually showing us the absolute path for this. Okay, pwd. Okay, so this is the working directory of the October file. Okay, so this is how we can search files. Okay, using the Python. Okay, so this is what the code is working, right? One more thing we can do, if is file. Okay, Okay guys, so if the file path given is a file, then it will start searching for only file. Okay, and then if the file path is directory, then it will search path is dir, then just copy this for dir in dirs. Okay, okay, so if dir equal to file path, then just copy this as well, dir. Okay, so this is for file and this is for directories. Okay, let's search for the same python sample here test. Okay guys, so these are the directories, okay, available in all of these absolute paths. Okay, so this is how we can do it, right? So it will automatically check whether it's a file or not. Okay, so let's create and move test to the wd wdnesdy. Okay, so we have renamed the test folder. Okay, now again we will try to search. Okay, wdnesdy. So now guys, you can see here, right? One more we will do print file path is a file. Okay, and same here we will do print file path is a directory. Now just check for the same sample wdnesdy. Wednesday is directory, you can see here, right? And this is the absolute path for the same. Now again we will check for another, which is read file.py. So it is showing us read file is a file. Okay, and this is the absolute path. Okay, so this way guys we can search for files as well as directory. Okay, so guys this way we can use the Python shell scripting, okay, inside Linux